I invite you to join me now, bringing your hands to Namaskar or heart. Soften your shoulders, relax your jaw. You can close your eyes or soften your lids and shift your gaze down to the floor. We inhale in and out through our nose, finding spaciousness and expansion as you breathe it in, and softening, melting, and coming closer to ease and relaxation with every exhale that you take. This ease of breath I invite you to maintain throughout your practice today. Please honor your body and remember the principle of ahimsa, do no harm. In today's practice, I invite you to decide to modify, take a break, or switch up a pose if your body is asking you to do so. We'll soften here, closing our eyes, inhaling in and out for another 3 breaths or so, noticing where that breath travels, the sensations that it brings, and the sensations that it leaves behind. After your next exhalation, I invite you to tuck your chin towards your chest, soften the eyes or keep them closed, and start to vigorously rub your hands against one another, creating warmth and friction and good energy. Once you've got some nice heat created, we release those hands and place them over top of those eyes, allowing your eyes to open and absorb the warmth and good energy that you've just created. We lift our chins and relax back to center, Sukhasana. We're going to switch our Sukhasana now. Hands come back and we reset side to side. Other leg goes in front. Reset on your sit bones. Find yourself in a nice seated position yet again. From here, let's inhale, lengthening up, really broadening through those ribs and back. Soften the shoulders. Keep the length of spine as you exhale. 3 more times. Inhaling, lengthening, and expanding. And exhaling out. As you inhale, let's reach our hands overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, drop the right hand down and reach to the side. Keep your sit bones rooted. Feet are even on that floor. Gaze going forward, down, or up if your neck allows. And we open into the rib cage. Inhale here. After that exhale, we inhale back to center, soften the shoulders, and exhale our way across to the other side, allowing your neck to go where it feels best. Keeping your sit bones rooted and opening wide through the side body. Next inhale, we rise. Both hands exhale down behind. We can interlace fingers or bring our hands into a prayer type position behind there. Opening up the chest, soften the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, gently bring your ear to the side. Inhale. Then we inhale back up to center. Exhale, soften, other way. Breathing deep and smooth here. Then we inhale back to center. Exhale, release those hands down. We're going to come off of our bum and uncross our legs, but first uncross, little pitter patter of those legs. And now come on over onto all fours. Once you're in the all four position, we're going to reach back. If you need a little help, tuck those toes under, bringing ourselves into a broken toe pose, as they fondly call that. From here, press the heels of your hands. Fingers are spread and soft. Heels of the hands press into the mat, and our shoulders open in the back side of the body. Coming nice and long through the spine, extending through the tailbone, through the sit bones, and then lengthening through the crown of the head. Let's go ahead, keep those elbows nice and straight, but not locked, and allow your shoulder blades to come together. Chest, our sternum drops down, and then we press away, blowing the breath out. Inhale, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lengthen and broaden across the back there. 2 more times, inhaling down. Really activating. Exhale, press through the heels of those hands, activating our shoulder girdle here. Last time, everyone. Beautiful. Now we're going to undo those feet and pitter-patter our toes. Move those ankles around. Remember, if you need extra underneath your knees, you're always welcome to fold your mat side edge over so that you can place your knees on it, or even something like a gardening pad or an extra blanket or cushion or mat really helps there if you have any discomfort in the knees. Now, we bring ourselves back to the tabletop position. We're going to start at the pelvis today, and as you inhale, we're going to lift that tailbone up to the sky. Keep pressing the shoulder blades apart. Heels of the hands are firmly planted. Exhale, we tuck that tailbone and press the breath out. Inhale, we lift. Allow your belly to drop a little bit towards the floor. Exhale, we round. This time, press that navel towards your spine ever so slightly and press the breath out of your body. Continuing with this, getting a little bit more movement, heading towards the base of the shoulder blades now. Exhale, we round. We start to broaden those shoulder blades. Keep pressing from behind that shoulder through the heels of the hands. 3 more times, adding in more chest, shoulders, and then eventually neck as you go. Broaden and open the chest. As you exhale, we broaden and open the back. Last time here for another inhale, exhale. Now toes come together, knees draw apart, and let's drive our buttocks back towards those heels. Reach the hands forward, and then we come on up and lengthen straight back, keeping spine nice and long, spaciousness in the vertebrae and the outer rib area as well. Inhale forward, exhale back. Warming up wrists, shoulders, hips, knees, lengthening. Connecting with our breath for 1 more round. Now I invite you to inhale, walk your hands slightly in, really soften the shoulders, lengthen the spine and the torso. And as you exhale, we crease at the hips. Go ahead and move anything that needs moving out of the way so you can melt down until your forehead is nice and softly on your mat. Arms are extended long. You can press through the heels of those hands, but I'd like to offer a little moment of rest for those hands. So let's go ahead and soften at the elbows, spread the fingers wide, a little movement for the wrists, a little movement for the fingers. And then exhale and let yourself settle on in, melting down. Adho Mukha Virasana, or a wide-kneed downward facing hero pose. As you breathe in this beautiful, open, spacious hero pose, I invite you to find ease Every exhalation allows the tension to leave your body. If you need something underneath your forehead, always feel free to invite whatever that prop might be into your world. One more big breath here, smooth and slow, to really enjoy this nervous system calming position. Now we bring our hands slightly underneath, next to our ears, out wide. And then once you inhale, we start to come on up. Stop when you exhale. Have a moment. And then inhale, bringing yourself all the way up. Toes remain uncurled at this point. And we draw ourselves back into an upward type Virasana position. If you find that this is uncomfortable for your body, find a cushion, find a blanket. You can place it either behind, like so, to elevate. That takes some of that pressure away. You can also place it between the thighs, especially if you have a bigger bolster. I don't have a big one with me today. So you can use that as well to keep yourself elevated and alleviate any pressure in your knees. We also would like to find our strap at this point. So we're in a kneeling Virasana position with or without props on under your legs. Grasping onto that strap close to your metal D-ring if you've got one. And we find some space for our shoulders and our arms to lengthen. As we inhale, let's rise. Lifting the ribs but not popping them forward. Expanding the front side of the body and the side body. As we exhale, let's go to the side now. Inhale into that spaciousness of the rib cage. Soften on the exhale, inhale up and exhale across. Breathing into the side body again, but the other side. Nice and even on both legs and both sit bones if you're resting on them. We inhale back up. Soften the shoulders, arms might remain overhead if your shoulders don't allow, or we exhale and we glide them back. Little shoulder activation. Inhale, open that chest. And exhale, we glide all the way around and down. Again, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Going the other way first, exhale, reach. Keep a nice even seat. Inhale into the rib cage here. Finding that ease, that spaciousness. We inhale overhead and exhale across. Softening the shoulders, hanging out here if that's best for you, or I invite you to join me for a little trip back. Opening the chest, the shoulders, everyone lengthening our spines. And then we inhale all the way up and over. Exhale down. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to put that strap to the side now. Come on off of those knees and bring those feet underneath. Opening those toes wide. Do a little rock back and forth. If you need for Malasana or yoga squat, if you need blocks, please go ahead and grab your blocks. You can use them underneath your heels for hand support, whatever you would like, maybe underneath your seat. All right, so heels are planted either directly underneath the hips or slightly wider than, and toes angle out so that when you come on down, your knees track over your big toe or your second toe primarily. All right, so we inhale, find some softness and length. And then we exhale and let's do a Malasana. Go ahead, a little rock back and forth. You can resituate where you need those feet. And again, if you need to, you can always use blocks underneath your heels for elevation. You can use them under your hands to help support as you're getting yourself into position. Or one of my favorites is you set yourself up like a little bit of a chair. And then when you come into Malasana, you've got that chair. I don't need that as high anymore, but there we go. All right, so you decide, blocks, no blocks. Now, if you look like me right now and you're really hinging and you're heading for the floor, lift the chest up. Tug that tailbone in. That might mean you need to lift those heels to bring yourself more upright position, or maybe it means you need to go a little bit wider to get into your deep squat. All right, we're not going to be hanging out here for long, just a little segue here. How are those hips? How's the groin and the inner thigh feeling? Little rock side to side. Can we find ease and softness in our shoulders, in our throat, and our jaw? Find those hands into Namaskar, heart hands. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of love with my arms and increase that stretch that I'm feeling in my groin area. Go easy. Breathe gentle with ease. Malasana. Beautiful position for our body. One more breath here for enjoyment. Hands release. You can bring them down. Find your blocks if you wanted to use your blocks. Bring them down. We lean it forward and like feet come up. A little side to side. And now I want everybody to grab your blocks if you've got them, if you'd like to, and bring them in front into the center. And we're going to rise on an inhale. Reset whatever needs resetting. If you need a sip of water, wonderful time for that too. Cheers. All right, so let's step ourselves out nice and wide here. We want our outer edge of our foot, so the baby toe side of our foot, to be parallel to our mat. Oftentimes this feels like we're pigeon-toed. All right, but to do that, you can go to the edge of your mat, line it up, or we do a little movement side to side with those hips, and then can you push down evenly through the outer edge of your foot, all the way from the baby toe through that outer heel. If your foot is angled out, you're going to be rolling on that ankle. It's not going to feel stable. So bring that big toe in ever so slightly and drive from the hip down the outside of the leg and through the outer edge of that foot. Beautiful. Blocks are in front, available if we'd like to. Inhale, reach Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, I want you to reach far forward into the room. Stick that tailbone out behind you, reaching and leading with the heart. Hands drop down and find your blocks. So maybe you've got them at the highest level. This allows us to straighten our spine. If you don't need that much height, go ahead and knock your blocks down to wherever you find is best for you. Maybe you're going sans block today. Whatever is best for your body. I'm going to go halfway. Cut my losses here. All right, so from here, we're driving through the outer edges of our feet. We're pressing our tailbone back behind us. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. So our spine just got like an inch longer. It's not scientific, don't measure, but the feeling, the sensation of it is that it is longer now. Inhale, we lengthen one more time. Keep pressing those feet, the outer edges down. And as you exhale, soften your elbows and lead with the heart. And we melt ourselves down, coming into a wide leg forward fold. If you like this support, keep your hands there. If you want to try something different, you can bring your hands off the blocks and reach all the way out to your ankles. Keep that spine straight, and remember we're creasing at the hips. Another option is to bring your arms down, keeping it more forward facing. Rest those on the blocks or the floor if you're able to, whatever works for you. Again, remember we're breathing with ease. We're really pressing the outer edges of our legs, our feet deeply into the mat, pressing the tailbone back and lengthening the crown of the head forward. Two more breaths here. Calming our nervous system and relaxing, opening wide. Hands come back to center now. Shoulder blades glide back towards those hips. And as you inhale, we come up to half forward fold. Exhale, bend those elbows, soften the chest down one last time. Notice if it feels different anywhere. When you're ready, on that next inhalation, use those hands, keep those feet grounded. Inhale, we rise halfway. Walk your heel in, walk your heel in. Soften the knees, grab your blocks, and inhale up. Be mindful of the ceiling, any light fixtures you have in your space. Now, we've got those heels open wide, toes are opening wider. I'm going to exhale and bring my arms down into a cactus-like position with the blocks. Inhale, lengthen, press the heels into that floor, zip up my core, and as I exhale, I'm going to glide straight down, coming into a goddess pose. If you don't like the term goddess, victory pose, we can call it that, or we can also call it a cactus pose. All right, so enjoying our little goddess, little opening of the hips and the groin again. Inhale, open that chest. Exhale, set it down. We're holding those blocks in our hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring those blocks down, squat it down, and bring them to the inside of your legs. Then we come back up, open those arms wide. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus arms, goddess legs. Inhale, lengthen the torso. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips and bring our hands down to the thighs. That's option one, keep the hands on the thighs. Option two, we bring them down lower. Let that bum sink down even lower here. Keep your knees tracking nice and deep over top of those toes. So I'm going to go up to the higher level. I feel that's what most people will be doing. And as you inhale, we lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop a shoulder and bring your gaze to the opposite elbow. Keep sitting down into the position. Inhale, center. We lengthen and open. Exhale, across the other side. Again, letting that bum keep sinking down. Spine is tall, we're getting a twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, set it down, and then inhale, rise. Beautiful. Blocks coming out of the way, and heel and toe or step back into center position. Coming now into Tadasana. Toes are together, slightly apart if you want more stability for that low back. We root through the heels, a little rock forward and back with those feet. Feeling all the balls of the feet, your heels, your toes, your ankles, your shins. Beauty, and then soften. Grounding deep through those feet, we root, and then we inhale and lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Reach far forward with your heart, and hands come down to the blocks. You decide how high they are, here or they're on the floor. Uttanasana, or forward fold. As you inhale, we come up to Ardha Uttanasana. Keep those hands grounded. Lengthen your spine halfway. Tailbone drives behind. Exhale, crease those hips. Coming into full Uttanasana. Elbows are soft if your hands are up higher than you need. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, crease and hinge. Uttanasana. One last time. Inhale, halfway up. Spine is long, shoulders soft. Exhale, we crease, we hinge. We leave our blocks there. Fingertips reach far forward from the shoulders. And we inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. From here, we inhale, we lift a knee. Exhale, open the hip. Back to center and down. Shift the weight. Inhale, lift, other knee. Open the hip. Shift and down. Shift the weight, then lift. Bring that foot in, plant it where it lands. Root, and now we grow. Inhale and lengthen up. Branch that vrikshasana or that tree out. Hands to heart on that exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Plant that foot and root down. When you're ready, we inhale, we grow up tall. Branch into vrikshasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lengthen and root. Exhale, down. Inhale, grow. Exhale, take a bow, Uttanasana, hands to blocks. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, full Uttanasana. Fingertips reach, lengthen from the chest up. Use your bum. Inhale, grow. Exhale, open your arms out wide. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, vrikshasana. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, up. Arms overhead. And exhale, down. Hands to heart. Inhale, other knee rises. Exhale, we branch, we open and plant. Inhale for length, root and ground. Hands to heart as we exhale. Inhale, lengthen, keep that hip area open. Exhale, we hinge. Inhale, up, grow those arms. Exhale, center. Inhale, sweep, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, crease at the hip, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, full Uttanasana. Hands come off the blocks and ragdoll those shoulders. Switch directions if you can. And then we find stillness. Plant those feet in the ground, soften the toes. Arms are going to sweep wide like a reverse swan dive. We inhale and we grow all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Thanks for joining me today for this practice. I hope you feel invigorated and ready for whatever the rest of your day has in store. Thanks for joining me. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste.